Hi everyone. So as you know, chapter 2 is about one-dimensional motion. So when you move one dimension, what you mean is that you're either moving forward or backward. So as you're familiar with the XY coordinate system already from graphing, so you know the horizontal line is called to be x-axis, and so toward right convention is taken as positive x-axis, and then toward left is taken as negative x-axis. So that's the convention we will be using in this chapter. Before I get into the details of the velocity, I want to give you a definition for the vector. So in physics, we have these quantities that have directional sense. What I mean by that is that when you apply a force toward right, you observe the object is to move in the right? It doesn't move in the vertical direction or any other direction. Whichever the direction that you apply the force is going to create the motion in that direction. So these vector quantities in physics, three of them are basically going to be the first three we will be dealing with is the velocity, force, and momentum. They have this directional information in them. So you need to specify their direction. So when you apply a force in a certain direction, when you need to give both of the information. Is that what is the force you're applying? Is it 10 Newton or is it 100 Newton? And in what direction are you applying? Toward right, or toward left, or toward up, toward down? So the directional sense in force is very easy to see. So the same thing goes for velocity. So velocity is a vector quantity, and the magnitude of velocity is basically called speed. How fast an object moves is called speed. So the magnitude of velocity is speed. And so you need to give a direction to that speed to make it velocity. So that's the difference between velocity and speed. Speed is just how fast an object is moving. Velocity is how fast in which direction it's moving. So this combined information is called velocity. So if you drive, for example, toward north with, I don't know, 80 miles per hour, you will end up somewhere after 1 hour. If you drive same speed to the east, you're going to end up in a completely different location, right? So direction is very important to define the velocity, whereas speed is basically distance over time, how fast an object is moving for a given amount of time, let's say 1 hour, how fast is moving, where is it going to go, how much distance is it going to cover. So its unit is going to be then meter per second, it could be kilometer per hour, mile per hour. It's just distance unit divided by the time unit. So speed is how fast is an object is moving. Velocity is speed and direction of the motion combined. That information is what you call velocity. So velocity can be positive if the object is moving toward right in the one-dimensional case, and velocity can be negative toward left if it is moving in one dimension. So whereas speed cannot be negative because it's just a measure of how fast the object is moving. So it's always going to be positive. So your car might be moving like, I don't know, 50 miles per hour to the right in a given straight road. Then you're going to say the speed is, I don't know, 50 miles per hour. But if it's moving backward in the other direction, in the opposite direction, then you need to give velocity-wise, if you're trying to define the velocity, then you need to say negative 50 miles per hour. So this is going to be positive 50 miles per hour, whereas this one is going to be negative 50 miles per hour. So the difference here is that these quantities that I'm giving is the velocity. So velocity can be negative because of its direction. So this means your object is moving in the negative direction. This means your object is moving in the positive direction. So these things are velocity, whereas the speed of this object is always going to be 50 miles per hour because that's how fast it's moving regardless of its direction. I hope this helps about velocity versus speed definition. So I'm going to go over another concept about this, which is graphing of these in another video. Have a good day.